I told them, me, a simple Buddhist monk, no more, no less.
We'll now take the next question. Sir, on the
When, of course, when more and more people really showing interest or showing love towards me, then of course that gives me encouragement. What?
Sir.
Your Holiness.
Thank you, sir. We have another question.
Your Holiness, my respect.
Here's your question, not very clear, not complete.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Could you give your question?
That I mentioned there, the 7 billion human beings, mentally, emotionally, physically same. You see, different races, different classes, these are our own creation. Basically, we all same. We all have the same desire to be happy person, happy family, and all have same right to achieve that. So we cannot make a distinction on the basis of faith, on the basis of nationality, on the basis of so-called caste system. These are backward, totally outdated. More frankly speaking, I really feel the so-called caste system, these, I think, created not by God, not by sort of a preacher, but feudal system. So the landlord, I think including Rajas and Ranis, in order to exploit other people, they create certain sort of the upper class and lower class. And eventually, psychologically, the lower class people, some kind of obedience, whatever higher people say. So this undemocratic and feudal system, outdated. Yes.
Your Holiness, it's a privilege to be here. I have actually it's a request rather than a question. If we could, and since it's also to Dr. Samanta, if we could initiate or start a Vipassana meditation center here in Bhubaneswar on the lines of the other with Mr. Goenka's tradition. I think it will be like what you have in Dharmakot in Maklutganj, or little close to Maklutganj. I think it will be a wonderful opportunity for us because it's very difficult for people from here to go to different places and meditate. Thank you, sir.
I have sort of another project now last more than 10 years. You see, in existing education system, we should include education about our mind, emotion, and how to tackle these things. So I usually call science of mind and way to approach these things through the logical way. So we already, out of, as far as Tibet tradition is concerned, out of 300 volumes, we already compiled one science and philosophy and religion. Religion, Buddhism, that's for Buddhist. But philosophy, like truth, differences, appearances in reality, like quantum physics. These are philosophy. You see, related with our knowledge, academic subject, not itself not a religious thing. Then science about mind. So we already produce, I think, in Tibetan, 3 books about science, which mentioned in these, mainly science of mind. Then philosophy, now soon published. Then as far as the science is concerned, now Chinese translation completed, Hindi translation also nearly now complete. Then English translation also there. Like some other sort of language, Russian language, Mongolian language, and also Japanese language, and these is now translation coming. So therefore, now I think at least next year we can start some sort of academic center, or other hand, teachers training, and some suitable place. We already, you see, planning like that. So not necessarily some religious center, but simply center education about inner world.
Hello.
I want to ask you, today's great challenge to Odisha is farmer suicide, as they are harassed by the natural calamities and the system too. What will be your message to the farmers society?
Karsa.
So my question is, today's great challenge to my Odisha, my motherland Odisha, is the farmer suicide. Farmers are committing suicide nowadays. They are being harassed by the natural calamity and the system too. What will be your message to this farmer society? How can they evolve from this situation?
I think that's not unique. In Delhi also, the suicide rate,
in India.
I think increasing. Not only India, but also Japan and some of the European countries, materially highly developed, but too much desire, too much competition, and then, you see, I think lack of self-confidence, then suicide.
How can they?
So these things, I think, overall, our education system, education must include how to tackle our emotion, particularly anger, like that. So these, we have to also start some kind of grand scheme or plan. And I was told by some friend, in Delhi city, suicide rate higher than rural area. Why? That's the importance of sort of indication. Rural area, farmland, you see, the sense of community is stronger. In big city, they work their own sort of the office or their own sort of factory or something. The sense of human community is much less. So therefore, when you see they find some difficulties, then feeling of lonely, no one going to help, no one to ask. And farmland, so occasionally they work together and some kind of sense of community there. So now, we really we have to build the sense of community, human brothers, sisters, and ultimately on the basis of oneness of 7 billion human beings. That's very important.
Sir, one last question. Sir.
His Holiness, what is the status of freedom struggle in Tibet? Can you see it in the near future, sir?
Kasa. What?
So could you repeat your question?
What is the status of freedom struggle in the Tibet? Can you see it in the near future? And you hope to see it?
Tibetan spirit. I think with ancient tradition, Nalanda tradition, I think Tibetan. Now, including our language, is now today best language to explain Nalanda tradition, logic, philosophy, and some other sort of thing. The English, no hope. The modern Hindi, no hope. Oriya, I don't think any hope. So only Tibetan language is the best language to explain Buddhist logic, Buddhist psychology, all these things. So that really gives Tibetan people courage, self-confidence. So no matter how difficult it is, with sort of rule of fear, but still, as a self-confidence, being as a Tibetan, very strong. So, even the hardliner among the Chinese communists, now they begin to feel what kind of dilemma, how to tackle Tibetan problem. Over 60 years, they use various methods, including torture, killing, and brainwash, and sometimes give money, but all methods fail. So they, sometimes you see, they are sort of thinking, I think, sort of very strange. They consider me as a demon, not only spiritist, but also demon. What do you think? I'm demon? So when I first heard, you see, one sort of media group of people, media people, they asked me, oh, some Chinese official describe you as a demon. I asked my sort of response. Then I respond, yes, sir, I am demon with horn. This is actually fun. Then recently I was in Italy. As usual, say every place usually you see the head of different religious tradition come to see me, and many cases lunch together. So one Christian leader, local Christian leader, came to see me, and he told me, before I came, some officials from Chinese, I think consulate or something, came to see him and asked him, should not meet Dalai Lama. Then, among the sort of few people, one Chinese dressed like Chinese Buddhist, the Buddhist monks or Buddhist dress. So then the Christian, the leader, he asked them, I think pointing that Chinese who dress Buddhist dress. Oh, you are Buddhist. Then he answered, yes, he is a Buddhist. Dalai Lama, not a Buddhist. You see, no logic, nothing. Just, you see, the government or the government is decided Dalai Lama is spiritist and reactionary. So, they almost, I think, compulsory, maybe compulsory, you see, to believe that. So they consider Dalai Lama is demon. So since Dalai Lama is demon, so logically not a Buddhist. So like that. So therefore, you see, any policy based on distorted information, no future. and totalitarian system, no future. As I mentioned earlier, the feudal system, gone. As far as the theory is concerned, the socio-economic theory is concerned, I'm Marxist. So when I was in Peking, I asked some Chinese officials, I want to join China's Communist Party. So then they say, no hurry, no hurry. So now I'm in India. At the early period, Mr. Nambudriba or something from Kerala. Oh, so now I don't think you see Indian communist also is not, I think not that well organized. If still good organized, I may join. So in any way, as far as socio-economic theory is concerned, I am Marxist. But Leninism, Bolshevik sort of was the leader. Lenin, I feel, destroyed, spoiled genuine Marxist concept. The Marxism, equal distribution, wonderful. So poor people, see, must take maximum care. So equal distribution there. And according to Marxism, it is very, very sort of important working class people. Not exploiter, but working class people. Wonderful. Then Lenin, during wartime, besides the civil war, Western nations' attitude towards Russian, the Bolshevik Revolution, little negative. So the Lenin's mind is wartime mentality. Now that eventually combined with Marxism, so Marxist country eventually become totalitarian, rule of fear. So I think Lenin spoiled real spirit of Marxism. Like that. So therefore, it got a contrary. What point I'm making? I don't know now. Forget. But in any way, so now today China, the totalitarian system. I always telling, when I have some meeting with some Chinese, I always telling them, 1.3 billion Chinese people have every right to know the reality. Once Chinese people knows the reality, they also have the ability to judge what is right, what is wrong. So therefore, censorship is totally wrong, immoral. So the censorship, I think, very bad. Like that. So now, under the leadership of Xi Jinping, see, many my Chinese friends, they are telling me, after 19th party meeting, there is possibility some change. So, like that. So, in any way, Tibetan spirit, very strong, very strong.
Thank you, His Holiness. So now I request Dr. Sashmita Samanta, Registrar, KIIT University, to give the vote of thanks.
Vote of thanks starts. So vote of thanks will start.
We all in KIIT and KISS express our devotional ovations and reverence to His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, for enlightening our soul with his wisdom and gratifying our souls with his blessings. It is a pious occasion for all of us to have you in our campus and to feel the divinity. his principles of nonviolence, unity, and tolerance, practiced through peace and compassion to have the world peace, is trying to have a better world for the benefit of this human mankind. Whole human race is grateful to you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your kind presence, your wisdom, and your blessing. We all are very much grateful to you. I also thank all the leadership of KIT University, our Honorable Madam President, Honorable Vice President, Honorable Founder, sir, Honorable Secretary, and all the members of KIT and KISS family, all the respected dignitaries present here, to be present here and to get the blessings of His Holiness, the Dalai Lama. I also express my gratitude to all the persons from electronics and print media to helping us to transmit the message of His Holiness to the people. Thank you all.
We should give a standing ovation to His Holiness with a big clapping.